Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Mass Effect 2. In the last episode, we cleaned up a number of odd jobs around Omega. We learnt about the Krogan Patriarch, the former ruler of Omega, who Aria keeps around as a kind of trophy. We helped him restore a little bit of his honor. And we got a couple of quests to do. The first of these is up here in the Fathar system. We were told a Cerberus operative has been captured by Eclipse mercenaries and is being interrogated. And we need to go and try and intervene in that process. Here is the planet Lorek, where this is based, and yes, Lorek is an extremely rare example of a habitable world circling a red dwarf star. Originally an independent Dasari colony named Asan, it was annexed by the Batarian hegemony in 1913, causing a minor galactic incident. Despite several attempts, the local Terminus warlords have never been able to take Lorek for themselves. Lorek is a low-density world, composed of rock, light metals, and a water-based crust. It is tidally locked to Fathar with a sunward hot pole and a shadowed cold pole. Water on the sunward side evaporates quickly, travelling over the islands of the habitable Terminator Zone in the form of massive, fast-moving thunderstorms, and finally settling as snow on the frozen dark side. There are fears that the build-up of the ice cap mass on the far side may cause axial reorientation over the course of several million years, but Batarian officials have dismissed the idea as irresponsible theory disseminated by counter-hegemonist subversives. That had a lot of big words in it. As ever, it's a nice rich planet, so I'm going to try and extract what minerals I can from it before starting the mission. Signal scans detect a transmitter matching Cerberus encryption. It is registered to an unknown deep cover operative. Cerberus operative life signs unconfirmed. Other transmissions that match known Eclipse coded communications also detected. Let's go. So, brought Garrus and Mordin with us. I said those the wrong way around, but hey, there we go. First off, a few upgrades myself. I'm going to get myself Disruptor Ammo level 2, because I quite like the Disruptor Ammo, which unlocks me then Cryo Ammo, of which I'm not a massive fan, but I'll get it just to show it off. I almost never use it, because Disruptor Ammo is almost always better, but I'll show it off at least. Mordin, oh, what do you want, Mordin? Let's give him Incinerate level 3, because his Incinerate is quite nice, and then hang on to the remaining point. Garrus. Garrus is quite nice. He has Concussive Shot, which we've not seen yet, which is a massive blast that propels enemies with bone-crushing force. They need to be stripped down to health to do it. They can't have armor, shields, barrier, whatever, but it's a nice, powerful just wallop, so let's bring Concussive all the way up to level 3, and that unlocks Overload, which is also a great one to have, so we'll bring that up to level 3 as well, and we'll sink the remaining point into his class, which is Turian Rebel. That's a nice thing I like. He was, in Mass Effect 1, he was Turian Agent, now he's Turian Rebel. Wonderful. Always the best. And as ever, that just gives increased health, weapon damage, power damage, just makes them a little bit better at everything they do. Weapons-wise, Mordin's all ready to go. Garrus is now our first person using two interesting types of things. He uses a sniper rifle, like us, and we only have one choice for that, but he also uses an assault rifle. And there are only two types. The Vindicator is the upgraded assault rifle that we got in Garrus' own base, so I guess I'll give him that. As for myself, I'm actually going to use a new heavy weapon. I'm going to use the Avalanche, the Cryo Blaster that we got last episode, to show that off. Wonderful. Let's land. So, first things first, I'm going to switch to the pistol and put cryo ammo on it just to show that off. So as you can see, when I fire it, it fires like cold bolts. And basically, we've seen Mordin's Cryoblast, and the effect is extremely similar to that when you get enemies down to about half health with it, they'll freeze in place. I don't find that particularly useful, but you'll see, yeah, there you go, now he's now frozen. Generally, it's not the best. And Disruptor Ammo is useful against shield, and many enemies have shields. Concussive Shot, you'll notice Concussive Shot works against barriers quite nicely, which becomes handy when you're fighting more biotic enemies later on. But generally, as you can see, Cryo Ammo is not the most useful thing, because it doesn't do any additional damage, it just freezes them slightly more. But speaking of Cryo, let's go for the Avalanche, which hits targets within a 5-meter radius. So this is the Cryo Blaster. Let's roll. And I completely missed with it. That's bloody embarrassing. Let's try it on the air. I've missed twice. This is really becoming an embarrassing problem. Mordin's dead. Let's incinerate this guy because he's providing a mild arse. This one with the barrier, I want to deal with her if I can. Boink! There we go. So it did a bit of a blast there. I don't find the Cryo Blaster particularly good. It's a cool concept. There you go. And she has Frozen. And freezing her following by Incinerate is a nice and powerful technique. As you can see, it kind of does a blast there. And it has hit them, I think, but not a huge amount. It's not a great weapon. Even the missile launcher I find is better. So, yeah, that is the Cryo Launcher. I won't be using it from now on until we get a cooler thing. I will be sticking with the Arc Projector because I think the Arc Projector is just one of the best heavy weapons for so many reasons. Oh, Garrus is also dead. I should probably use Unity at this point to bring everyone back. Let's get her in the mouth. Wonderful. Garrus, can you concussive blast her, please? Wonderful, thank you. She's on the ground. Mordin, freeze her. Or not. Well, you know she's dying anyway. There we go. Wonderful. I'm going to put Disruptor Ammo on here. Brilliant. Let's go. So, there were Eclipse mercenaries there. You must have noticed we were fighting them. By missed, I mean must. Holding cell access, don't want to do that quite yet. Firstly, we want to come to where they were coming from. Grab some ammunition. I do like the look of the Cryoblaster. It looks quite cool. Unfortunately, it's just not great. I'll try it again later a little bit. Medkit. Wall safe, which we'll bypass. Which gets us some credits, as I was saying last episode. If you're decent at doing hacks and doing bypasses, you get a lot of credits in this game. Security console. So we've got three things. We've got subject ID first. Subject Cerberus agent Tyrone Rawlings. So this is the guy we're after here. Eclipse targeted Agent Rawlings some time ago. We know Rawlings is connected to the encrypted data we acquired. The data could conclusively prove Cerberus' involvement in Rachni experiments. We believe Rawlings possesses a cipher that can be used to decrypt the data. Without his cipher, the data could take years for Eclipse to decode. Subject captured. Agent Rawlings proved difficult to capture. Having insinuated himself aboard a ship bound for the Actican Traverse, he had won over the loyalty of the ship's crew, who believed him to be a human dignitary on a mission of discovery. Our own agents managed to disable the ship and hobble its defenses long enough to extract Agent Rawlings. We've lost a lot of men to obtain this asset. This data had better be worth the expense. Subject interrogated. The interrogation has failed. Despite some of our most advanced interrogation techniques, Agent Rawlings has managed to evade our questions. When we applied more invasive methods, he proved resistant to those as well. Eventually, Agent Rawlings' resistance caused tempers to flare. We consider it unfortunate that Agent Rawlings did not live to pass on the cipher. We have men working to decipher the decryption now. As long as we control this data, its mere existence remains a powerful tool against Cerberus. So, people basically are trying to blackmail Cerberus with conclusive evidence on their dodgy experiments that they've been doing, which is almost to some extent fair enough, and this presents a slightly difficult moral situation, which we have to be ready to resolve in the next few minutes. But for now, if we do this bypass, we open the holding cells, which opens our way through here, and time for another combat. I'll try another shot on the avalanche here, because enemies start coming through here. So you can hold this thing charged and then let it off when you're ready. So when this guy comes around the corner, let's say, bam, it freezes everyone in a blast, which is kind of cool. But it's, oh, Jesus Christ. It's not quite the amazing impact. Oh, that I completely missed with Garrus's thing there. It's kind of cool, but it's just not the super kick you want a heavy weapon to have. Oh, Moral. He's some kind of Solarian leader of the Eclipse, locally, I presume. He's got a name. I took out all of his shields and half his armor with one. My goodness, I do love Disruptor ammo in the sniper rifle. Let's burn away the armor with Mordin. Ah, Mordin's did a bit of splash damage there. Wonderful. That shot hit someone, but I don't think who I was intending to. Maul's dead. There's some Asari throwing biotics at me, but she's dead as well. This is a very easy mission, as you can tell. I think I'm really considering whether I should dial up the difficulty at some point, because everything seems to be... I seem to be not struggling with combat a huge deal. Anyway, if we come outside here, we can grab a little bit of platinum. Thank you very much. Turned into Elvis there momentarily. That was very strange. And we can proceed through here to the interrogation chamber. Let's bypass the door. And inside is somewhat of a grim scene. Blood splatters, restraint, dead person. Sounds like their interrogation went south pretty quickly. Let's access the data logs.
This computer contains the encrypted intelligence extracted from the captured Cerberus agent. The information could adversely affect Cerberus if it were ever circulated publicly.
So, we have three options here. We can update the data to the Alliance, the human military, and basically give them evidence on what Cerberus is doing. Which is to some extent fair enough, and part of me wants to do that. but that would compromise Cerberus, who we are currently working with, and I don't know whether that's the best idea. We can upload the data to Cerberus to keep it safe, which is what they'd want, obviously, and I can see the advantage of doing that, but also I still don't fully trust Cerberus. All we have for the choice I'm going to go for, which is recover the data for yourself. I hang on to it, and I've got a nice little insurance policy against Cerberus. If they ever start being mingy, for want of a better term, we got some shit on them that we can expose publicly. Let's take that.
Data received.
Now, I believe we got a message when we were on...
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Now she tells me. When she says that, it seems to be very unreliable. I'm just going to do a quick bit of research. I'm going to upgrade shotgun shield piercing, which we unlocked for buying 2 shotgun damage upgrades, which is nice. So it makes shotguns better against shields, which I can't use shotguns, but I think Jacob can, Jack can. I think that's it for now. You get special upgrades to each weapon type after 2 things, after 2, what's it called? Damage upgrades in them, and then a second one at third. So we've got 2 shotgun damages, which gave us shield piercing, and when we get a 3rd shotgun damage upgrade, that unlocks shotgun extra rounds. You have the same for submachine guns, for assault rifles, for sniper rifles. 2 damage upgrades and 3 damage upgrades each unlock a kind of special side thing. Can we afford the Thanix cannon? No, because I just spent all my platinum on that last thing. And by spent, I of course mean spent. So, what's our second port of call for this episode is not the armory. I want to go actually. Here we go. Where am I? Oh, I got all turned around. So, we also got, last episode, for cleaning up a few odd jobs on Omega, Arya gave us the locations of a Eclipse weapons cache. Gonna have a look at that just after I've checked message for some conclusions on the last mission. Oh, we got 2 of them. We've got operative data filed from Edie. I have logged and begun decryption of the data you recovered from the Eclipse base on Lorik. Preliminary searches show that the information pertains to illicit operations in which Cerberus was involved over the past 5 years. Should this information be released, it could severely hinder Cerberus's ability to operate openly in the galaxy. It will take me a year or more to completely decrypt the information. So we'll hang on to it for ourselves. We also have from Nala Butler. Take care of Garrus. Commander Shepard. My husband was one of the men serving on Garrus's team. I don't know how much Garrus talked to you about what happened. I don't know the specifics myself, only that my husband died in a trap set by those bastard gangs. I know Garrus blames himself. He took every shot fired at his squad as a failure on his part, and it was clear when he sent me the message about my husband that he thinks it was his fault. My husband would never have wanted that. He was proud of the work he did on Garrus's squad. He was taking back Omega from the gangs. He died fighting with honor. I miss him. God, I'd give anything to get him back. What happened there was not Garrus's fault. You're his commander now. Please, if you can, help him stop blaming himself. And please don't tell him I sent you this. Thank you. Nala Butler. So now, we need to head over to our second mission, as I said, which was the Eclipse Smuggling Depot, which I believe is in another nebula. So we need to first reload on fuel and probes, because, why not? And we need to head, as I say, to the Hourglass Nebula. God, that was a tough one to get out. And once we're in here, we need to head north to the Farrier system. North, again, I talk about north, south, and stuff like that. Those directions are completely meaningless in space, but I can't think of a better system off the top of my head, so there you have it. And then we have the planet Daratar. As ever, I will scan it first before landing on it. Well, I'll talk about it first. Cerberus hotspot detected. The planet Daratar in the Farrier system is a suspected Eclipse smuggling site. Cerberus is interested in obtaining the materials kept at the site. Operatives will be paid handsomely for any intact crates retrieved from the site. Be aware that Eclipse would rather see the cargo destroyed than lose it to a rival organization. Payment will be made once the acquisition of undamaged crates is verified. This mission is interesting because we got it because Arya gave it to us, but you can acquire this mission by just literally going to this planet. Wow, look at that. That spot has literally almost everything in it. Worth giving this planet a good scan because it does have a decent amount of element 0, which, as I say, most planets don't necessarily have. With that done, you don't actually need to locate an anomaly on the surface. You can just press A to land. So, as the kind of briefing warned us, we have to stop the heavy mechs before they destroy the valuable smuggled cargo. There are 3 heavy mechs, and they will be going around trying to destroy the cargo. And so we need to take them out one by one. They're obviously potentially dangerous because, you know, they're heavy mechs. If you shoot them a couple of times, you will grab their attention. One thing that's really handy here is the arc projector. Fire an arc into one of these bad boys, you will take out most of their shields, most of their armor, and keep them stunned for an amount of time. I've got Garrus for overload and taking out shields. Myself and Mordin both have Incinerate for taking down armor. And then from there, it's just taking out the things, the mechs themselves, which is relatively straightforward. You'll notice on the right, it now says there are 18 crates remaining. Oh, we've done something interesting here. Stay back. You will notice, yes, we've not seen that before. If you kill a heavy mech but don't take its health all the way, but you take its health all the way down and then don't do any further damage to it, it will go into overload like that, which can be extremely dangerous to anything nearby. We'll throw another arc into this one to take its shields fully out, and then once again, hit it with both of our incinerates. Ooh, that was a really close missile. That really looks like it's gone through my head. Whew. Horrifying. I want to switch then to my sniper rifle. Its armor should be mostly down at this point. Boink! Wonderful, and we can finish it off with a concussive shot. Wonderful, that's also going to blow. Oh no, it didn't. We killed it just in time. Wonderful. We've still got 11 crates left, which is alright. This one up here is clearly going to town on some crates, but let's try and grab its attention. Or not. It blew up a crate, fuck. Oh, we got its attention and I don't have any cover. Shitbags. Right. Let's go down here, and once again, arc projector. I've only got 2 arcs left, Jesus. Because I wasted it all using the bloody avalanche projector earlier. Ooh, that hurt, but we also took its shields out quite nicely. Incinerate, and also incinerate. Wonderful, that burns their armor beautifully. Anything you can do to help Garrus? Not hugely. Let's shoot it in the mouth. Ooh, look at that. And we'll finish off. Well, there we go, we got it. So we got 10 crates out of 20, that's alright. I'm going to grab this. We can just press B at any point to end the mission, but I'm going to get some power cells, which at least gives me a couple of heavy 3 arcs back. The 3 arcs I used, so we're at a neutral number of arcs. I wonder if the thing's exploding. Like that first one's initial explosion did a lot of damage to the crates. I don't know. There's a few more things we can get. There's the maintenance system here. Had to perform a full maintenance check. Sand keeps getting into our equipment, increasing the frequency of system checks. We have to be ready to shut down this place if someone spots us from orbit. I really expected that would give me something, you know? Well, there's some other stuff over here which I can quickly gather. There's security systems, which is then basically just saying, confirm to Cerberus ship in order, quickly scramble everything. But there's a bit of element 0, which is quite nice. With that done, I think we're finished here. Let's head back to the ship. So there we get some credits, and we get paid for basically every crate we were able to successfully save. Can't remember how much it is per crate, but you can probably work it out from that. Divide that by 11. So we did average there. So to finish up the...
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
She actually told me about it this time, that's quite nice. Nice work on Daratar, from Cerberus Command. We knew Eclipse was hiding valuable cargo on Daratar, but we couldn't land for fear of their mercs destroying the crates. We've wired the credits to your account. Damn glad to have you with us, Shepard. Wonderful. And so we'll finish up the episode with 2, no less, squad mate conversations. We're going to open with... I'm not where I thought I was. But Mordin is on the list of people to talk to, but first we're going to talk to... I'm really lost. Oh, the armory's on the other side, of course. That's why I'm lost. I'm trying to find Jacob. He's over here, I'm pretty sure. Yep, there he is. Let's begin with Jacob.
Commander, can I help you with something?
Any thoughts on how to prepare against the Collectors?
They spec'd this ship to the original Normandy, but you were there. The Collectors cut her like butter. This armor just isn't top of the line anymore. People will die if we don't upgrade. Alliance had some new toys in secret dev before I left. I could try and pull a few favors.
So, Jacob's recommended ship enhancement is the heavy ship armor. The Asari-made Silaris armor is attached to the ship's superstructure. This will help the ship hold together if it's hit by a powerful blast powerful enough to penetrate its shields. That's palladium, it needs 15,000 and we've got 55,000, so I'll research that right now.
Commander, can I help you with something?
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Sounds good. Have to say you run this ship tight, and we're getting things done. We keep on track and maybe we'll figure this out. I hope so. I'm not looking forward to the debrief if it all goes to hell. Is there something specific? Or are you just checking in?
I heard you were big in the Alliance. Figured we have something in common.
I did some things that caught attention and stirred up the Citadel. That was after the Alliance put me on leave, though. Didn't drive a Mako through a relay or take down a Reaper, but you covered that.
What led you to Cerberus?
The Alliance sidelined me after Eden Prime. Ended up on a job with Miranda that Cerberus treated like an audition. And here I am.
You don't seem like a results-at-all-costs kind of guy. Cerberus history doesn't bother you?
The Alliance is all politics. Somebody has to take down the bad people. Cerberus keeps that line, I'm on their side.
What was your proudest career moment?
The job I'm proudest of wasn't for the Alliance. Nobody really knows about it. A Batarian group was plotting to release a weaponized virus and kill the Council. Miranda and I stopped it.
Strange that it wasn't bigger news.
The real work doesn't get publicized, you know that. They say it's better that people don't know how fragile the system is or how close the bad guys can get. So, it never happened. Like you and the Reaper. And that's why I'm here.
You make no apologies for doing what you had to. I admire that.
I couldn't go back to the Alliance, not after the cover-up. They did the same to you. General public never knew you were dead or heard the real story of the Citadel. Did you know they used you on recruitment ads? You were the human ideal for like 6 months. Then they replaced you with a composite image they invented. Guess you didn't focus test right. Perfect example of humanity, and they still dumped you.
Way to boil it down, Jacob. I hope you keep a better attitude about our current mission.
Don't worry. This is exactly what I signed on for. If that's all, Commander, I'll get back to my duties. There's a lot to get ready.
Following on from that, we can talk also to Mordin.
Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Yes, would like that, actually. Talked about work earlier. Time with Special Tasks Group studying genophage. It wasn't entirely honest. Lie of omission. Also, other kinds. Need to clear the air. Mission too important to keep secrets. Work on genophage was more than just study.
What was the Special Tasks Group doing with the Krogan genophage?
Study at first, as I said, but uncovered surprising data. Krogan population was increasing at faster rate than expected. Krogan were adapting to genophage, overcoming disease.
Did the Krogan evolve, or did some of their scientists develop a treatment?
Krogan scientists? Never met Krogan scientist worthy of term. No. Natural evolution. Krogan physiology incredibly durable. Organ redundancy, backup systems, cellular regeneration. Genophage like any other natural hazard. Krogan evolved past it.
The genophage was a terrible mistake. It nearly destroyed the Krogan and their culture. Now they have a chance to recover.
Naive viewpoint. Krogan too dangerous to allow unchecked birth rate. Look at Krogan rebellions. Personally led a science team. Geneticists, chemists, sociologists, mathematicians. Created new version of genophage. Released it on Tuchanka, other Krogan-centric areas. Restabilized Krogan population.
How did you distribute the modified genophage?
Covert drops, hospitals, clan centers, water supplies. Very difficult. Few Solarians on Tuchanka. Team got caught a few times. Had to fight free. Messy. Better when things went as planned.
How did your genophage modification work?
Krogan evolution attached garbage genetic code to genophage attack sites. Modification created other areas for garbage code to connect. Left sites clean, capable, running smoothly.
You never considered other options?
Hundreds. Thousands. Modified genophage offered best outcome. Stabilized population, avoided publicity that could incite Krogan anger, averted potential genocide, or devastating war. Best solution for whole galaxy. Krogan included.
If the Krogan are so dangerous, why not just sterilize them outright?
Not a war criminal, not a murderer, genocide, unnecessary. Krogan as a whole, violent, aggressive, still have outliers, worth saving. Genophage modification protected galaxy, allowed Krogan chance to survive. Everyone wins. Good for us, good for them.
I doubt you told many people about this, Morden. I appreciate you letting me know.
Wanted you to know I'm willing to do what's necessary. Should get back to work. Talk more later. Next time tissue synthesis has to compile. Good for free time.
I think that's a really interesting insight, that whole conversation. Because I think Morden has some very interesting reasoning there of delivering what may be morally hard to stomach, but is technically the best outcome for the greatest number of people. It's one of many reasons why I find Morden a particularly interesting character. Anyway, that's us done for now. We've done some side missions, we've done some conversations with squad mates. Next episode, probably next 2 episodes I suspect, we will be doing a bit of downloadable content. We will be doing Project Firewalker, which involves gathering some Prothean data and a new vehicle. which is a whole thing. So that's to look forward to over the next couple of episodes. Hope you'll join me then. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. I've been the Doctor with the Infamous Gentleman, and this has been Mass Effect 2. Thank you very much, and good day.